Hi friends, how are you? Happy Thursday. It's Lacey from Pandemonium Publishing House, and I hope everyone is doing well. I was here last Friday answering some of your questions about publishing, and we've had a lot more questions come in, and I wanted to answer those today. So if you have any questions, you can send them to me at pandapublishing8@gmail.com, and I will get to them eventually. So we have a whole bunch to go through, and I'm going to start with a couple that were sent in more recently. So the first question is how did you get started in publishing? So I started Pandemonium Publishing House in 2015. This will be our 10-year anniversary this year. I can't believe it. Time flies. And I named the company after my cat. So I had a cat named Panda. He was black and white, obviously, and he was my very first book. So I wrote Panda the Very Bad Cat about this little critter that we had, and that book went crazy. So I published it myself. I'll explain that in a second. So I published it myself, and because I wanted to be a publisher, I went through all the steps and figured out all of the things that I needed to do, and I figured out, all the sales channels and how to publish a children's book. So I published my very first one, Panda the Very Bad Cat, did all of the steps that I needed to do to understand the publishing industry and all of the details that went into creating and formatting and designing and working with illustrators to create a children's book. That's what I started with. So that was in 2015. That's why the company name is Pandemonium with an A after my cat. And that book actually sold 5,000 copies in 3 months. So that was the book that started the company, and that was 10 years ago, and I can't believe it. Like I said, time flies when you're having fun. So I published that book, went through everything that I needed to in order to understand the process of publishing from beginning to end, but also my background is in marketing and advertising. So that part of it was a little bit more difficult. So when you self-publish a book, you really have to be creative and think outside of the box. And I would bring these books with me everywhere. So when I started out publishing, they still have this offset printing. And what that means is that you have to order a specific amount of books, and it's one print run for one title, okay? So typically they start at 1,000. Nowadays we have print on demand, so you can print as many copies as you need them when you need them, okay? So I was getting this, 1,000 print run. I ran